What's up, y'all? You know we couldn't let ITT playoffs roll around without tapping in, getting an update on everything. And as I look around and see how some things went, couple of surprises. Couple of not surprises. And hey man, dudes is making it do what it do. You know? Now, to kick things off, we're gonna go back to the wild card round. Wild card round NFC matchup, we had the Rams and Lions. 2 seeded against 7 seed. If I would have picked this game, I would have took the Lions in the upset, you know. And the Lions didn't get it done and lost by 3. Close game. On the road, almost pulled it out, but almost doesn't count. And the playoffs almost definitely doesn't matter because one game, season over. So Rams moved on to the next round, which was the divisional round. Then over to the AFC, we had the Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos, number 2 seed, going against number 7 seed Chiefs. If I would have had to choose who I wanted in this game, or who I thought was gonna win, honestly, I would have took the number 2 seed. Right? Because he been number 2 seed, you know, he can play, you know, Chiefs 7 seed, but again, I don't really get caught up in seeding, you know what I mean? But I just felt like overall Broncos had a better season. They battled. It was 38-36 Chiefs. KC went on to the divisional round, and Denver season is over, just like that. You know, like I said before about Denver, that's his name is Seb in these chats, and you know, I remember when he first came into my leagues, he came in making a whole lot of noise, you know, beating his chest like a gorilla, you know, and it's cool. I don't mind it, but you know, I guess he must have thought that these leagues are accustomed to other leagues that he's been in. And I always tell people, one thing I'll hold my hat on, I may not have the number 1 league, you know, I may not be the best commissioner in all these leagues, but the one thing I hold my hat on in my leagues is that my leagues is fair and the competition is real. Most of the guys, damn near all the guys in my league can play. I got a league called Any Given Sunday, and a lot of times that's literally what it is, you know. Teams that don't make the playoffs has the ability to beat guys that's in the playoffs. Teams that don't make the playoffs has the ability to beat a guy that won the Super Bowl. You understand? So that's how competitive my leagues are. So when Seb came into the leagues, you know, and again, I'm not knocking Seb, but I'm not trying to clown him or nothing. I'm just speaking about the league for a second. I mean, he's finding out that these leagues that he jumped in ain't as sweet as I guess he thought they was, you know. And don't get me wrong, he can play. You know, he can play, but the reality is he really plays no different than he really plays no different than a lot of other people, you know. No, that's a fact, Claw. I mean, niggas do be surprised. I mean, you know, I don't know. I get it, though. You know, you got some dudes that be in other leagues and they just dominate year after year after year, right? They just, you know, so accustomed to always being the number 1 dude that over the years since I've been doing these leagues, there's a lot of guys that came in that talked like they was nice and didn't even last. And you know what that mean when I say they didn't last? No, I didn't boot them. They quit. You know, the comp is real, you know, and I always said about my leagues, because if I didn't, one thing by now that y'all should know about me is that I'm a straight shooter, you know. I ain't got to address everything, but if I address it, I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut. If I felt like my leagues Yeah, yeah, no, that's a fact. If I felt like my leagues was watered down, believe me, I would say it, and not only would I say it, but I would act on it. And meaning how I would act on it is I would be playing musical chairs with dudes, right? Getting rid of this guy to bring in this league is too easy. You know what I mean? Like y'all, some of y'all probably don't remember about this dude named Scott that used to be in our league, but Scott used to be like the walking doormat of the leagues, right? So meaning like he's a guy that never make the playoffs and stuff like that. If I had a league with majority of guys like that, trust me, I would make some changes. But I don't. You understand? Because everybody in here can play. And I mean, even the guys that does bad, like you still got to come in and just lay your foot down. Even if you blow them out, cool, you got to blow them out. You got to lay your foot down on them. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it's an upset pretty much every week. You can book that. Playoffs is always an upset. None of the favorites always win. You don't believe me? Just look at now. Number 2 seed, number 7 seed. Number 2 seed is bumped. You understand what I'm saying? So again, it ain't always it's never about the seeding. It's about matchups, who play who, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, so but Seb can play, but like I say, Seb didn't come with nothing no different that we're not accustomed to already seeing. So this is why he didn't come. This is why he's not in these leagues and just straight dominating. You know, he got to earn his keeps just like everybody else did. You know, so but shout out to Seb though. He's a baller. He talked what he talked. I respect it. I like him for the league. You know what I'm saying? He don't come in on no BS like trying to do crazy stuff. So I respect him. I hope he stick around. You know what I'm saying? I like what he brings to the table. He bring a competitive nature. You know. So you know, but Chiefs got the best of him in that one. Now we got going back to the NFC. We had Cardinals and Bucks. 43-35. This is a shootout. And Cards won this shootout. He won by 8. Good win for the Cards. You know, Bucks that's Lowski. I gotta say, Lowski game got better. You know, than where he was a few. I would even say a month ago. You know, he got better. A lot of people saying he YouTubing and stuff like that, but I don't get caught up in that type of talk because to be honest, it's hard to say who YouTube and who don't. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to be real though, I'm pretty sure majority of the guys went and got stuff from YouTube. And to be honest, it's not that everybody goes to YouTube. All it takes is one person to go to YouTube, right? And if the one person coming to the league killing with something, guess what happens? You start seeing other people do the same thing. So does that mean that them other people went to YouTube? No, they just went that they see what people killing with and they're trying to run with. Prime example, gun snug formation, tight formation. Everybody ain't got to go to YouTube to know about that, but you see majority of the guys using that. So even if 1 or 2 people did go to YouTube and you got 12 people doing it, that don't mean the other 10 ran to YouTube. The other 10 just seen this, liked it, ran with it, adopted it, and now it's their style. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody's pretty much running the same thing. But here's what I also noticed. It ain't just my league. It's even the so-called Madden pros. You know, like when I look sometime on TV and they show like these so-called Madden pros. By the way, these so-called Madden pros, when I be seeing them play, I don't find them to be better than a lot of guys in my league. And I'm not even being biased. I'm just being honest. I don't see nothing that they did. I never seen nothing that so-called Madden Pro did that was so like, wow, I never seen that before. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess even Madden is about politics. Who you know, I guess how many times you play. I guess all that plays a role. But even with them, right? Even the so-called Madden pros, they run a lot of the same stuff that guys running here. So I guess it's just a Madden thing. That's why in my other league, right, in Wit, I changed my name to last of the few from like the real Madden eras. And see, I grew up playing Madden even on PS3, you know, and all of that. You know what I mean? And it was nothing like how it is now. Madden is a lot of glitch, a lot of cheese. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times in Madden, it's a lot of times it's about who can out cheese who. You know. Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of it is about cheese and, you know what I mean, stuff like that. You know, a lot of times it's not even about, I mean, don't get me wrong, football concept is real, but, you know, for me, right, for me, myself, I can't speak on other people, but for me, myself, I don't play like, you know, majority of people in the league. I play my own way, win, lose, or draw. I'm out there trying to read defenses, you know what I'm saying, and, do things like that. Just do things that I like to do, you know. I know, like, I'm not scared to make change, right? So even in this season, I started out 5-0 with the Seahawks, and I missed the playoffs. So you got to say, yo, what happened? Well, what happened was I switched my playbook in the middle of the season with every league that I was in because I wanted to try to work on some new things. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the playbook that I was in is good. It was cool, but there's just some things I wanted to add, like read option and things like that. You know, sometimes you got to be a little diverse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared to make change. You know, even if it comes at the cost of me losing. So that's why I pretty much missed the playoff, because one thing, when you switch your playbook and you run with a whole new plays, like when it really gets crucial is when you really need that big play, and because this is not your playbook, you searching for a play. If you're using your own playbook, you know what you run into in certain situations. When you're using a new playbook, it's like man, what do I call on this play? You know, so I ran through that. Overall, I'm back to my original playbook, but just with quite a few plays, different plays in it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and all my games I played, win, lose, or draw lately, has been close. You know why? Because I haven't been turning the ball over. Turnovers is key. I always preach turnovers. Turnovers is very important. You know what I'm saying? If you could go through the game having one turnover or even none, trust me, you're going to be in 95% of your games. But when you give teams extra chances, extra possessions, that's when you find yourself in deep trouble, you know. But again, I'm not surprised that a lot of the league plays the same, because again, that's just how Madden is nowadays. Like I said, even the so-called pros, that's how they play. Even though I don't see nothing special about them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, overall, man, my leagues is very competitive, and I like it that way. You know what I'm saying? I like it that way. So I told somebody the other day, yo, I got 3 leagues. He was like, you got 3 leagues? He was like, yo, how you got time for 3 leagues? I was like, well, me, myself, I don't have time for 3 leagues, but I got commissioners, you know what I'm saying, that helps out tremendously, you know, and a lot of guys is only in my leagues. A lot of guys don't play in nobody's leagues but mine, which is a compliment, you know, and we all do this for fun. We all do this to talk our ish to each other, compete, and that's exactly what's been going on, you know what I mean? For the most part, you have some hiccups here and there, but for the most part, man, the leagues be jumping off, and I couldn't ask for more, so you guys, you know, y'all be making it happen, you know. So yeah, Cards won this one 43-35 in the shootout. He moved on to the next round. Now back to the AFC, we had Ravens and Bengals. Ravens won this one 27-20 over the Bengals. Who's the Bengals? Oh, the Bengals is Corlals. And yeah, I would have took, and this is upset to me because I would have took Corlals to win this one. And I got through, and I know Corlals the 6th seed, right? But that don't, trust me, I don't get caught up in seeding. Seeding means nothing to me in the playoffs, because if the matchup is right, a number 7 seed can't beat a number 2 seed. It's all about matchups. But I definitely would have thought Corlals would have won this one had I was able to pick this one. So this was an upset. Despite the Ravens a 3 seed, this still was an upset in my opinion. Ravens won this one 27-20. That's a good win for the Ravens. Then we had Vikings and Eagles, and I'm not gonna lie, I would have took the Vikings to win this, but I never would have took the Vikings to win by this many points. You know what I mean? They dominated this one from top to bottom, 35-7, after just okay. Yeah, so Vikings dominated this one, and you know, they definitely, you know, did something. I mean, look, I'm surprised at this. I wouldn't expect the Eagles to lose like this, but this one was over as soon as it started. So good win for the Vikings. Then moving on to the next round, we got the divisional round, and we're gonna stay in the NFC. We had Cowboys, number 1 seed, Took out the number 6 seed Cardinals 13-10. Great game, low scoring game. Cowboys won by 3 over the Cards. Edged them out. This is a good game right here. This is a good game. Defensive game. You know, neither offense lit it up. It came down to it looked like it came down to a big play of the game, whether it's a big stop or a crucial turnover, but something happened in this game, and that this game just, like, you know, went for the Cowboys. But it was a defensive battle without a doubt. Moving on to AFC, we had the Dolphins, number 1 seed, got bumped by number 7 seed. Once again, number 7 seed, Jeter, over there doing work in the AFC. He won 47-28, dominated the Dolphins. Well, going back to the Cowboys and Cards, if I picked that game, I would have took the Cowboys to win. Not by that score, but not too much different. But I took the Cowboys to win, definitely. Over in the AFC, Chiefs over the Dolphins. I would have took, to be honest with you, I would have took the Chiefs to win this, because I like the win that they got in Denver, and I felt like that win would have gave them a ton of confidence coming out of that game. Because believe you me, he knew the Broncos was a team that he had to take out as far as just the trash talking and all of that. So I knew he's going to come into this game with a ton of confidence, and boy, did it show. Chiefs move on to the AFC chip. So that's a big win for the Chiefs. I always tell y'all too, don't always get caught up in number 1 seed, because you know, when you get a bye, right? A bye is pros and cons to a bye. The pros is you don't got to play a wild card, meaning you don't play an extra game to get anybody injured, right? And you got a home game that you're just waiting for the opponent. And mind you, your opponent, whoever you play, is coming out of a previous battle, so he could come into that game wounded. So that's the pros. Now here's the cons. The cons is you had time off. See, also a lot of times with this game, a lot of it also is about consistency, right? Anybody notice that if you don't play for like 2 days, right? Just 2 days, not 2 weeks, not 2 months, 2 days. If you don't play in 2 days, sometimes it just feels like you've been off for 2 weeks, right? So when you get that bye, you know, you got to remember, teams is coming in the next round with some momentum. They had a big win. Now they come into the next game with some momentum. Meantime, between time, you've been sitting around. You know what I'm saying? You sitting around, you ain't get to play. And then now here comes that team that's hot. And right now, that Chiefs team made it to the 7th seed, is now found himself in the AFC Championship. He's going against the winner out of the Titans and Ravens, and this so happens to be the Titans. Titans won this one 31-23. I gotta tell you, man, you know, I'm impressed with Norm, with them Titans. You know, I gotta say, because a lot of people was quick to say that you know, he only could do this with the Chiefs because he got Mahomes and he got, you know, these certain caliber of receivers, right? And don't get me wrong, when they were saying that, I was one of those people that was like, yo, there might be some truth to that, right? But, hey, when you see him play with the Titans, now mind you, maybe I'm speaking out of character. Maybe he do got some guys of a tendency that I'm just not aware of. But as far as I know, this Titans offense is nothing like his team with or AGS. So this is impressive with the Titans, man. At this point, he's playing with house money, to be honest. You know, he's playing with house money, in my opinion, because I'm pretty sure people would have already assumed that, you know, he wasn't going to make it. He wasn't going to make it this far with this Titans team, and now he found himself in the AFC Championship. So I gotta give him his props, man. You know, Norm is one of them guys that, trust me, Norm used to be a doormat. You understand what I'm saying? Norm used to get beat on. Norm used to always lose way more than he win, right? But whether you want to say he ran to YouTube, whatever the case may be, you know, guess what? If he did, he ain't the only one. So why is he the only one playing so much better from the guys that used to be not good? From the guys that used to be not good, when you add up them type of guys, Norm is definitely came out of there in the class by himself. So I gotta give him his props, man. He balling out with the Titans. Like I said, right now he playing with house money. You know, he ain't even supposed to be here. You know, let people tell it. So listen, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. He took out the Ravens. Yeah, I understand. You may look and say, yo, he played against Rick, but later for all that, he still played against Lamar, and he still played against everything else that Ravens have over there. So I definitely think that if you're not respecting Norm game by now, then it has to be shame on you. You know what I mean? Because whatever it is, no matter what you say about him, the man has been playing good ball. And like I say, I don't be biased, I don't sugarcoat, I don't hate, I don't knock nobody, but I always give it up when it's time to give it up. And I definitely think Norm is somebody that you got to give it up to, man. Yeah, he's going against a team in the AFC. Lamar didn't play. Lamar was hurt. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that play. Oh, but Lamar still went crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, man. The Titans, no matter what you say at this point, I don't want to hear about who he played, et cetera, et cetera. He playing good ball. He playing good ball. So Titans won a big game to advance the AFC chip. Now over in the NFC divisional round, this game has not been played yet. This is the game that we're waiting on. We got DK and the Rams going against Pearl and the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings in this one. I think the way he dominated the Eagles in that first round is going to propel him to, not look back against this Rams team neither. But don't get it twisted. DK is no slouch by any means. He is the number 2 seed, by the way. So he's not number 2 seed by accident. But I just think the Vikings are going to come into this game with a little bit more swag. You know what I mean? Lamar got hurt in the wild card. Okay. I mean, yeah, but that changes things, though. I definitely think not having Lamar definitely going to change his style of play, But I'm not going to act like if he had Lamar, he would have won. Still is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Titans still get his pops. He been balling. But yeah, Vikings over the Rams. I got, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Unless the Rams just come out there and just thinking that he could just do what he want to do instead of doing what he's supposed to do. So we'll see which Rams teams come out. But I got Vikings in this one by a score of, I'm going to go 31-20. 31-24. 31-24. 7-point victory. Minnesota on to the next round. I'll wait to do. No, I'll do the prediction for next round. So next round we got Vikings and Cowboys. Cowboys number 1. Well, I can't do that because Vikings didn't play. Yeah, I'm bugging. I can't do no predictions. I could do it for the AFC, but I'll wait. But just a quick, my opinion. I think that in the Super Bowl, I think next round gonna be Cowboys and Vikings. I got the Cowboys. That's going to be a tough game. If he do play the Vikings, that's going to be a tough game. That game could go either way. But the Cowboys been playing some great ball, so I got to say I got Cowboys edging out the Vikings. And then I got the Chiefs taking care of Tennessee. I think the bus stops here for the Titans. And I got Chiefs, man. I got Chiefs taking out the Titans to face the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Just my quick, prediction real quick. But yeah, once this league advance fully, I'll definitely jump on and do the predictions for that. But yeah, man. So on to ASG now. I mean, AGS. We're gonna do AGS predictions now. So, and we in the playoffs over there too. So I'll tap in with y'all in the next round. I'm out. Yeah.
You want to see how this grows?
What?
You want to see how this grows?
How it grow?
How you know how it grows?
No. How does it grow?